power, conventional backup power, and the renewable energy. The company is making its official debut on the ACE market today as we are witnessing a major milestone as this power infrastructure specialist officially joins the big leagues to fuel its regional expansion and capitalize on the massive data center boom. So without further ado, let's proceed to the Gong ceremony and stay with us for the live streaming as we witness the market open, and this is the moment we are all waiting for.
Okay, dan thank you brother. Lagi lepas lain dan dah habis dah. Dah cakap dah.
Okay. Apa dia? Okay.
You WhatsApp dia lower third.
Sudah?
Dah.
Idiot ni. Ni dah bagi.
Thank you. No, jangan pernah. Let it on je. Saya buka kamera. Pergi dekat kamera mode. Pergi dekat video, dia keluar tengah-tengah situ. Cannot record video when on one. Oh ya, kita ada sini. Yang itu panjang sikit. Biasa.
Memorize it.
Directly live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
the prompter
okay.
is up there.
Oh. But when you the camera at you, does it?
Yang tak tengok, but still menabi lah. Hey, morning. Hopefully ini cukup.
出来了啊？没有，不跟你了。
Apa?
Tadi ada muka dia.
Siapa?
Yang tadi itu. Belum. Okay.
Betul lah. Ayah dress tapi nak kira. Ini enggak? Okey. Sama ni dia kata exactly right. Like right in the middle there. Ada tukar ini dah lama. Jadi effect dekat point parah. Ni dia satu kali tadi. Very mild lah. Not that obvious.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for gracing us with your presence on this momentous occasion today. We are delighted to have you here as we prepare to commence our listing ceremony. Before we begin, we kindly remind you to switch all electronic devices to silent mode to avoid any interruption during the event. Please be on standby as we're about to begin shortly.
Ada mixer. Oh, tak faham. Diam sana. Sebelah siang. Ada mixer.
So kat mana dia kita punya sound.
Ada tunjuk dah. Kita tolong
Kau tak sih?
tak ada mixer.
Nanti minta tip.
Okey.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, our listing ceremony will begin now. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning to all. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Jamaluddin bin Nasir, Chairman EI Power Berhad. Yang berusaha, IR Albert Chan Wan Xiong, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of EI Power Berhad. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Bill Tan, Executive Director M&A Securities Sendirian Berhad. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Fadil Muhammad, Chief Executive Officer of Bursa Malaysia. Yang berusaha, Ms. Stephanie Tan Karman, Director of Group Commercial and Market Coverage Bursa Malaysia. Members of the Board, Management and Staff of EI Power Berhad. Management of Bursa Malaysia, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Janie, your MC for today. And on behalf of Bursa Malaysia, welcome to the listing ceremony of EI Power Berhad on the ACE market of Bursa Malaysia. To kickstart today's event, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Stephanie Tan Karman, Director of Group Commercial and Market Coverage Bursa Malaysia, to deliver her opening remarks for today's special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Stephanie onto the stage.
Chairman EI Power Berhad. Yang berusaha, Engineer Albert Chan Wan Xiong, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer EI Power Berhad. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Bill Tan, Executive Director M&A Securities. Also joining us this morning, yang berbahagia, Datuk Fadil Muhammad, Chief Executive Officer of Bursa Malaysia. Members of the board, management and employees of EI Power Berhad, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome to the exchange. Bursa Malaysia is pleased to welcome EI Power Berhad to the ACE market today as the group joins a growing community of engineering enterprises listed on the exchange. Today's listing is a recognition of EI Power's growth and capabilities over the years, and a reflection of the confidence that the management team and shareholders have placed in the public market as the right platform for the group's next phase. Allow me to extend our warmest congratulations to the board, management, and employees of EI Power Berhad on this achievement. With today's listing, EI Power enters the market at a market capitalization of 336 million ringgit, based on an enlarged issued share capital of 700 million shares, and at an IPO price of 48 cents per share. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia's data center sector is growing rapidly, driven by significant investment in digital infrastructure and growing demand in cloud computing. Behind every data center is a complex web of power systems that must perform without fail. This is the space EI Power operates in. With approximately 16 years of experience in power engineering, EI Power provides engineering, procurement, construction, and commissioning services for mission-critical, conventional, and renewable energy power solutions. The group's technical capabilities extend to supporting data center operators in achieving Tier 4 certification, the highest classification under the Uptime Institute's Tier Design Framework, a standard that leaves no room for error. The capital raised from this listing will fund investments in EI Power's new headquarters in Selangor, the purchase of components and equipment, expansion into Thailand's data center market, and establishment of a new branch office in Johor. These are deliberate steps to scale capabilities and capture opportunities in the market that continues to grow. To the board and management of EI Power Berhad, EI Power's technical rigor in power engineering now takes on broader relevance. It reflects the standards required to deliver mission-critical power infrastructure. Precision, reliability, and accountability in project execution are not only operational strengths, they are the same standards the public market expects in governance, financial reporting, and stakeholder communication. Investors will look beyond order books and project pipelines. They will want to see how capital is managed, how risks are disclosed, and how the board responds when conditions change. Sustained confidence in a public listed company is earned through consistency, not just in delivering projects, but how the company conducts itself in the market. As you move forward, the board's stewardship will be central to sustaining investor trust. This means ensuring that governance structures are robust, that strategic decisions are well considered, and that the group's growth is pursued with discipline and integrity at every level. Bursa Malaysia remains committed to supporting EI Power Berhad as you leverage on your foundation that you have established and grow as a public listed company. Under the Bursa Rise Plus research scheme, 5 analysts have issued IPO notes on EI Power. In addition, Bursa's IR4U program is here to help EI Power enhance its investor engagement capabilities and market visibility. In a few moments, the sounding of the gong marks EI Power's official entry into the public market and the beginning of its journey as a listed company. Once again, congratulations to EI Power Berhad, and thank you for choosing Malaysia as the platform for your next phase of growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stephanie, for the opening remarks. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is my pleasure to invite IR Albert Chang Wan Siong, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of EI Power Berhad, to deliver his speech. IR Albert, the stage is yours.
Yang berbahagia Datuk Fadil Muhammad, Chief Executive Officer of Bursa Malaysia, Ms. Stephanie Tan Karman, Director of Group Commercial and Market Coverage of Bursa Malaysia, Datuk Jamaluddin bin Nasir, Independent Non-Executive Chairman of EI Power Berhad, Datuk Vira Sam Ui Chin Kun, Group Managing Director of OCK Group Berhad, Datuk Lau Hock Keong, Group Group Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director of OCK Group BERHAD, Dato' Bill Tan, Managing Director of M&A Equities Holdings BERHAD, Mr. Gary Ting, Head of Corporate Finance of M&A Securities Sdn BERHAD, my fellow members of the board, Tan Sri, Puan Sri, Datin, Dato', members of the media. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for joining us on this landmark day as EI Power BERHAD is officially listed on the ACE market of Bursa, Malaysia. Today is not only a celebration of our company, it is a statement of where we are heading. Malaysia is entering a new era of digital and industrial growth. The rapid expansion of hyperscale data centers, the acceleration of semiconductor and electronics manufacturing, and the adoption of AI, IoT, and 5G are reshaping the country's power landscape. These sectors demand one thing above all: reliable, resilient, and intelligently engineered power infrastructure. This is where EI Power is positioned to lead. With the 62.2 million ringgit raised from our IPO, we are now accelerating our next phase of growth. In Malaysia, we are strengthening our presence in the nation's largest data center corridors by establishing, of course, a new headquarters and warehouse in Selangor, and a branch office and warehouse in Johor to support the rapidly growing, expanding southern region. In Thailand, we are setting up a dedicated office to capture opportunities in a market where the government has approved 36 data center projects worth over 93 billion. This is a market with scale, momentum, and long-term demand, and we intend to be part of that growth. Beyond expanding our footprint, we are broadening our engineering solutions. We are introducing energy efficiency systems, a strategic extension that supports our clients' sustainability goals and aligns with global ESG priorities. This complements our core strength in power engineering and positions EI Power as a partner for the next generation of high-performance, energy-intensive facilities. Our listing today enhances our visibility, strengthens our credibility, and gives us the platform to scale our impact across the region. But more importantly, it reinforces our belief that power infrastructure is more than just equipment and systems. It is the backbone that keeps businesses running, economies moving, and digital ecosystems alive. This is what it means to be powering tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I want to take a moment to express my deepest and most heartfelt appreciation to the team at EI Power. Thank you. Your dedication, your long nights, your commitment to excellence, and your belief in what we are building together, these are the reasons we stand here today. This listing is not just a corporate milestone, it is a reflection of your hard work and your spirit. I'm truly proud to walk this journey with all of you. To our customers, suppliers, and partners, your trust continues to drive us forward. To OCK Group BERHAD, and especially Dato' Wira Sam Uy, thank you for your unwavering support since the very beginning. Your belief in our vision has been instrumental, and we look forward to continuing this partnership as we enter a new chapter of growth. To my family, thank you for standing by me through every high and every low. Your patience and encouragement and love have been my anchor. And to my wife, Ms. Sharon Mark, thank you for being my partner in life and in business. Your strength, your guidance, and your belief in what we are building together mean more to me than words can express. This achievement is as much yours as it is mine. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to the many parties who made this IPO journey possible. Our advisor, sponsor, underwriter, and placement agent, M&A Securities Sdn BERHAD, Company Secretary, Synergy Professionals Group, Sdn BERHAD, Auditor and Reporting Accountants, Baker Tilly Montero Hing PLT, Solicitors, Olivia Lim and Co., Issuing House and Share Registrar, Trico Investor and Issuing House Services, Sdn BERHAD, Independent Market Researcher, Providence, Strategic Partners, Sdn BERHAD, and finally, Capital Front Investor Relations. Thank you for your professionalism, your guidance, and your commitment in bringing this to life. As we begin our journey as a public listed company, one thing is certain. EI Power is stepping into a future defined by scale, innovation, and regional ambition. Our foundation is strong, our direction is clear, and our commitment is unwavering. Because for EI Power, powering tomorrow is not just what we do, it is who we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, R. Albert, for the remarkable speech. I'm sure that today marks the beginning of an exciting chapter for EI Power BERHAD, and we eagerly look forward to the accomplishments that lie ahead. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the highlight of today's proceedings, please allow me to give you some brief updates on the market and trading information of EI Power BERHAD. EI Power BERHAD will debut on the ACE market of Bursa Malaysia, bearing stocker of 0453 and stock short name of EI Power. EI Power BERHAD will be listed under the Industrial Product and Services sector of the ACE market of Bursa Malaysia. At 9 a.m. sharp, EI Power BERHAD will strike the gong, indicating the trading has begun. To mark this historic moment, may I have the pleasure of inviting Datuk Jamaluddin bin Nasir and IR Albert Chan Wan Siong. At the same time, joining them will be board members of EI Power BERHAD and representative from M&A Securities Sdn BERHAD, Datuk Biltan, Mr. Gary Ting, and Ms. Rachel Ho. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming them onto the stage. So at the same time, my colleague from Market Operation also on the stage and providing the overview of the share price movement as showcased on the screen beside me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 8:57 a.m. We are only less than 3 minutes away from 9 a.m. So for all the beloved guests, as we're a moment to spare, I would like to invite our guests for a group photo before we commence for the countdown. I would like to invite Datuk Jamaluddin, IR Albert, the board members and of the EI Power BERHAD and also the rep from M&A to move towards the gong for a group photo before we commence for the countdown. So cameraman, please be on standby. And of course, for other guests, you may also come forward near to the stage, find the right spot to capture and also photograph this momentous occasion with us. All right, for all the guests on the stage, can stand a bit closer to make sure everyone can fit inside the photo. At the same time, Dr. Jamaluddin and also R. Albert, you may hold the mallet, pretending you are hitting the gong but do not hit the gong yet. So later on at 9 a.m., you may hit the gong as many times as you like. I would like to invite everyone to look at the center, look at the cameraman. Time is ticking. We are only less than 2 minutes away from striking the gong. Everyone, please feel free to come forward and also capture photographs. All right, let's look at the camera. At the same time, can we show a big thumbs up to the camera with your cheerful smile? For all the guests, as you can see, the time is ticking on the screen on top, the left and right of the screen behind me. So later on, we will count down for 10 seconds together. Don't forget to join me to celebrate this wonderful moment for EI Power BERHAD. So at the same time, Dr. Jamaluddin and I. Albert, later on, when we count down for the 10 seconds, at 9 a.m. sharp, you may hit the gong as many times as you like. Okay, so now let's stand by for the countdown. As you can see, the time is ticking on top behind you, the right and left time. So later on, we will have a countdown for 10 seconds together. So everyone, please be on standby and join me for the countdown. So we have a few more seconds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for, we are just a moment away from the stroke of 9 a.m. Please be on standby. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On behalf of Bursa Malaysia, a hearty congratulations to the board members and management of EI Power BERHAD, their advisor, and all the relevant parties involved in this successful listing ceremony. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain on the stage. And now I would like to invite Bursa Malaysia management team to join us on the stage for the group photo. Dr. Fadil, please. Miss Yuhui.
Boleh bisa pergi? Nabi nak start cakap.
All right, we need everyone to step forward to the stage and also stand closer. And we can stand like a curve to make sure everyone can be seen inside the photo.
Mana Nabi boleh pergi masuk kan? Right. Dah? Okay, boleh?
Kenapa play speed dia tukar?
Next week you nak berapa?
10.
Aha.
Tapi word size tukar kenapa?
Word size you nak berapa?
72 is okay. Tapi you bet.
All right, if you're ready, let's look at front. And cameraman, stand by.
Kenapa besar sangat?
Look in front with a cheerful smile. And with our signature pose, a big thumbs up. For all camera, all good? One more?
Settle tu semua soal. Okay?
Nah. And okay.
Okay. Go. Go.
Let's do one more last photo. All good, everyone? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you,
And
everyone.
yes, as you can see behind me, the hall was absolutely buzzing. It is a packed house for one of the most anticipated listings of this year. The Gong has just been struck and officially marking EI Power's debut. The stock made a fantastic start opening at 61 cents per share. That's an unexpected opening. And earlier, CEO IR Albert Chong Wan Seong highlighted that this listing reflects deep market trust in their track record, especially with their strong presence in Johor's data center cluster. And investors are clearly viewing this as direct ride on the booming digital infrastructure wave. Leading up today, public demand was overwhelming. EI Power's public IPO portion was oversubscribed by massive 30.8 times. They received over 21,400 applications for 1.1 billion shares, completely blowing past the 35 million shares initially offered. So looking at the balloting breakdown, the Bumiputra portion was oversubscribed by 15.8 times, while the non-Bumiputra public category saw a massive blowout at 45.8 times. Shares for director, employees and OCK Group shareholders were also fully taken up. The company raised 62.2 million ringgit in gross proceeds of offering 129.5 million new shares at an IPO price of 48 cents. This gives EI Power an enlarged base for 700 million shares and starting market capitalization of 336 million ringgit. Management has a clear plan for these funds, as you can see today. They've been really prepared and they allocated 18.26 million ringgit to set up a brand new headquarters and warehouse in Selangor, and another 10 million ringgit for energy efficiency systems capital expenditure. They also set aside 2.29 million ringgit for a branch office in Johor and 1.38 million ringgit to establish a new office in Thailand. The remaining funds will go towards working capital and covering their listing expenses. And with M&A Securities leading the exercise today, marks an exciting new chapter for EI Power as they expand across borders and ride the data center wave. We'll back to you shortly with updates back in our studio. Stay tuned on KleverStock. I am Madhavi signing off, and thank you very much for stay tuning with us.
Moving on. Now I'd like to invite our Albert to present a total appreciation.